Hey, dude, what's going on, man?
What's up, Zach?
Day of fucking doom, man. What the fuck, dude? That is some badass fucking shit, man. What the fuck is going on, dude?
Oh, man, thank you so much, man. Not a hell of a whole lot, man. Just, getting ready to unleash the Darklord on everybody, man.
Not a whole hell of a lot, you say, huh? That's a lot, dude.
Thank you, my brother. We appreciate that a lot, man.
So tell us, man, fucking, how did this new album come about? Like, what's,
Well, I would say last July we started getting into the recording aspect of it, but prior to that, I would say a couple of months after Descent of Humanity, we went into discussions about, what do we want to do for the next one? Because some may not be aware, but it's been a 4-album and now 5-album concept about the Darklord, and it all started, man, almost 20 years ago when we came out with Night of Horror, and then that went right into Slaves into Insanity, and then The Gate to Hell, and our last album, Descent of Humanity, was pretty much the end of the story, and this is kind of like the prequel. It tells you the story of the Darklord and his minions and his domain, and we wanted to have some completion and tie up a couple of loose ends, and a few people were like, man, we didn't even realize that. And now people going back and they're listening to the albums and actually reading the lyrics, and it really came together pretty quick. We had a lot of ideas being prepared, and we got together like July, and it was on, man. Smoked my drum tracks, and Sam and Doug, they went nuts as well. So, yeah, it just took form, and we couldn't be happy with it. We can't wait to October 31st for everybody to hear it in its entirety.
Hell yeah, dude. Now, I remember talking to you back when you were releasing Descent.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, man. Yeah, I think that was with Doug Randazzo, my guitarist. Man, I think if I remember correctly, he had somebody playing with some chainsaws or something with you, man, right? Wasn't we doing that? Some chainsaws going off. We were like, what the hell is going on over there? But that's Doug, Yeah. Yeah, man.
Is this our second or third interview?
I believe this is Deuce. This is number 2 for us with you, man. I think you did last time. I think I'm the virgin this time with you, But that's all right. You can break me in, bro.
I couldn't remember, man. I was thinking, fuck, man. It feels like I've talked to you a lot, but I don't know.
Well, we talk online, brother. It's all right. It's
that must be what it is.
Yeah, man. It's all good, but it's like we talk every day anyway. We talk through music,
Hey, you do a lot of fucking live feeds on Facebook too, man. You tell people about that?
Yeah, man. We jump on Facebook quite a bit, and we just try to give you updates and keep in touch. And we want feedback too. It's just not our band; it's your band. We want to know what you like. Some people may be like, I don't know about that T-shirt design. All right, well, that's cool. That helps. Every little bit of info, feedback, and getting that positive vibe back, man, that goes a long way, man. That's basically what it is, using the advent of the internet for, the good of it. Let's put it that way, you know what I mean? And it's awesome,
Yeah.
So next time, I don't know, Lady Cat Chaos is saying maybe I should, do a little tap dancing or something. I said, I don't know. I don't want to give all my skills away.
It's honestly, it's cool to see you doing that because, I don't know. I think a lot of more bands should fucking do shit like that. Like, it's fucking, why not? You've got the platform there. Just take advantage of it and fucking use it for what it's made for, Like, fucking get on there and fucking talk about your shit,
man.
People connect to that,
And not only that, man, that's a valid point. Absolutely. And on top of that, it's like, I find sometimes people want to keep their music secret.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well, you could play it on a live feed, let people get a taste, let them hear it, have some, see what the feedback is. I mean, it's through my reference monitors, but man, you're hearing it through my phone. It's like, how much are you going to steal? You know what I mean? It's like, I think people get a little too paranoid. we're writing the music because we want everybody to hear it, enjoy it, and get those little tastes and get some studio insight. Like, I'm sure you saw it on there. You know, I handle all the recording, so instead of we get questions, instead of just answering back and just typing it out there, I feel like let's make it personal. You know, and you can watch and you can hang out and check it out and be involved and be like, wow, like, what do you do there? I've had a few drummers ask me a few things, and, you know, oh, what do you do with your mics and whatnot? And I'm like, man, I have no problem. If anybody out there's ever got any questions about that, always hit me up, you know? It's like, I just want to, you know, give back and we can all do it together. You never know. I've had a couple young guys who are starting out and, you know, they ask questions. And now these guys are recording. You know, I was just like, there you go, man. So a few mics. You don't need a whole recording setup, man. You can get an interface for a couple $100, a couple of mics. I mean, shit, man. Houses of Holy was recorded with 4 microphones on the drums.
Yeah, you know?
Right. Don't stress it, man. You know.
I know, man. And you know, thinking back, like when we were kids, man. Can you imagine if the bands that we grew up fucking, you know, fucking worshiping, basically, man, if those guys, if we were able to like see them and talk to them through the fucking screen, you know, like
oh my god,
what the fuck?
The writing sessions for Rain and Blood. What? One of those stories we heard about Gene Hoglan holding Dave Lombardo's drum set together in the studio for, I believe it was either Show No Mercy or Hell Awaits, or like Lombardo not hitting his cymbals because they thought it was going to be Bleed. I would give it to the drummer to watch him record that album and not hit his cymbals. It's like, what? Are you joking? All right, I got to see this. Yeah, dude, that's another great point. I would love so many albums, man. Watch Cliff playing, recording in the studio. You know, bass solo, take 1. But man, see that right in front of your face would be amazing.
Holy fuck. Yeah, dude, I remember reading that about Slayer, that they didn't record the fucking, that they didn't hit the cymbals on that fucking album.
Right, man. It's unbelievable to me. It's like, I don't know how he did that. You know, I'm playing all these years. Someone said to me, oh, go in there and record this album. Just don't hit any cymbals and we'll dub them in. It would be like, all right, let's see if I could do this, man. You know, especially since they slung it on him in the studio. It wasn't like they planned it or anything, you know?
Yeah,
amazing.
When you listen to it, you can't tell, though.
No way, man. I mean, no, they did a great job with that. Yeah, so, you know, I love it, man. Definitely. We love going live, and definitely jump on anybody that's in the chat. We're in here right now. We see everybody in there. I see you guys. You know, so jump on in. Definitely. It's something we want. Get as many people who ask questions, and I really enjoy it. I really do. I think it's a good way to keep communication with everybody out there who's interested in the band. You know?
Fuck yeah, man. Fucking... And the album art on this new record, dude, is fucking bad fucking ass, man. Like, tell us about that shit, man. What the fuck?
Dude. It's a great story, actually. We were so many great artists, as you know, and everybody knows that. So many of them. And we were getting into it, and the album was moving along, and we had a discussion. We said, all right, we got to start thinking about artists. You know, because Doug Randazzo and myself, we're artists, but we want to keep, you know, the whole thing moving full circle. So we like to find a sick artist, get their name out there, pay it forward, keep the whole scene moving full circle, you know? But we were just like, man, all right, it's getting crazy. Let's just step back from it. And I just was at home, happy to be off that day. My phone goes off, and there's a message from somebody, and it says, Rotted Artist. And I'm like, all right, let me open this up. Blown away right off the bat. Like, immediately, as soon as I saw his work, I said, this is the dude. This is the guy. I know it already, but let me send it to the rest of the guys and let me get some feedback.
Yeah.
Straight across the board, everybody said, all right, this is the dude. Right, hit him up, send the message. So his name is Jesus Vista. It's from Mexico. And his page is Rotted Artist. Some people have been writing The Rotted Artist, but it's just Rotted Artist. And what really sealed it is when we spoke. Totally cool dude. So, you know, down to earth, easy to work with, no bullshit. Gave him free. We had ideas, obviously. We had a concept. And we said, run with it, man. Use your talent. Here's the scheme. Here's what we're thinking. Here's some lyrics. Get a feel for it. Here's a little music. Get in the mood. And he sent us back a couple of concepts, and we were just blown away, man. I was just like, wow, this is just the background? I mean, you saw it, everybody's seen the picture, and I was just like, whoa, man. All right, well, if this is the beginning, what the hell else is coming? So he said it's going to be a little more time. And when I say a little more time, the turnaround time was unbelievable. It really was. I couldn't believe how this guy he gets into it. He loves what he does, and he goes to work. There's no like, oh, I'm going to take a couple of days. No, he just gets into it. So February 8th, my birthday, I get a message. My friend, the artwork is done. I'm going to send it to you right now. I was like, you joking me? Man, it couldn't have been the best, any better birthday gift than that. I opened it up, and I was like, the Darklord has come to life. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, we got to get this on some shirts.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, when I was making the flyer for it, I was fucking sitting there putting text on it and shit, and I was sitting there thinking, fuck, man, the artwork is so badass. I almost don't want to put text on it because it's fucking taken away from me. You know, I'm like, can I just squeeze this shit off on down in the side, put it real small? But I was just like, ah, fuck it, man. I'll just put it on there. They're gonna see it anyway, you know. But
right, man. No, I know what you mean, man. When I'm doing like the things for pre-sale and all that stuff, I'm just like, man, she's staring at me like, how dare you put something on top of me?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I saw the one that you did was badass too, man. And I was thinking about it. I was like, I was wondering if he was thinking the same thing when he was doing it too.
Right.
Like, where do I put this shit, man? Because I don't want to fucking take away from it.
Oh, man. And not only that, we commissioned him to do a second piece that when you pre-order the album, which you could do now, everybody could head over to Bandcamp, and it's Day of Doom, no spaces in the number 1, and there's a second piece of artwork that's in the physical copy, the CD. That is just unbelievable, man.
Cool.
That we're going to put, we want to get the album out there. So it's, like, you know, like the old days, a surprise. So many things are not a surprise anymore that we were just like, well, it is a surprise because we have it. And, well, until you finally get the CD and you open it up and you see that new artwork that's in there, I was just like, wow, man. I mean, that's how good of a job he did. That we were like, yo, we want you to do a second piece. So we really put some work into the artwork and the packaging too for the CD.
And so he's available for bands out there that are wanting artwork, right?
Absolutely. And he has a bunch of pre-artwork on there that I'm going to tell you, man, it was almost to the point where there was a couple pieces where it was like, we could use that. But we wanted to go totally original, you know. But there's some secondary work that he has on there. I wouldn't even call it secondary. I don't even know why I said that. It's top-notch stuff. He's got so much imagery in between that when you look at it, you're going to find there's no way you could look at it once and say, okay, I've seen everything. I mean, it was like a month later where I had it blown up into a giant picture. And I'm standing there, and it's like, yo, look at these faces in there. I didn't see that. You know, it just blew my mind. But, yeah, Rotted Artist, hit him up. You guys would not be disappointed. Any bands, any places that need flyers or event shirts and stuff like that, the guy does it all. I mean, he hooks you up, too. He'll send you files they're ready for giant banners and flags, posters, T-shirts, and like I said, even better, man. Great guy.
Cool, man.
Couldn't deal with a better person.
Yeah, definitely send me the link to his page after the interview, and I'll include it tomorrow in the post whenever I post all this stuff up, so people can find him, dude.
Absolutely, that's not a problem at all, man. I'll definitely do that for everybody.
There's a lot of bands that listen to this show, man. I'm pretty sure after seeing that artwork that you've got for this record, they're gonna want a piece of that, man.
Oh, yeah, that's all right, because we got some crazy artwork ready for even the next album after this that we're in discussions with, and other special things. I mean, he brought the Darklord to life. We gave him an idea for a character, because on the Gates of Hell, you kind of get a glimpse of him, but his back is to you, and he's wearing this armor. And I described the whole thing and sent that picture, and he he went berserk, man. I was just like, wow. I mean, to the point where we actually want to make some kind of statue or even action figure, man, of the Dark Lord. I think that the whole thing could work.
Oh, that would be badass.
The Dark Lord versus my Gene Simmons. You know what I mean? Yeah. Definitely.
My kids would love that.
Oh, there you go. Definitely. Christmas Gifts and Day of Doom. You got it, man. No doubt.
Fuck yeah, man. So tell us about these songs, man. In Quenchless Flames of Hell, I played first, man. Tell us about that track, dude.
What that song is you're finally engulfed in hell, in the domain of the Dark Lord and his minions, and you're going to finally embrace it. You're just surrounded by it, engulfed by it, and you, as you're going through, you definitely find out who's in control. He basically sets you straight in that song, you know, telling you, you are basically in my domain. You're going to do what I say, and I am the ruler. And the bottom line is, that's it. There's no, you could cry, you could beg, you could scream. It don't matter. This is where you're cast down to, and accept it. And then you finally start accepting. And that's what that's about. And as far as the other song, Cursed into Fire, that basically is the journey before that. After that, I apologize. After that, where it goes into the next realm, and there you see your family, your friends, just all in the darkest realms of the Dark Lord's domain. And that's the finality, man, where you just say to yourself, man, I'm fucked. You know, that's it. You know, there's no going up from here. You know, so yeah, that's what that is. And yeah, they're love songs. They're love songs. You know, people who love death metal.
Hell yeah, dude. So tell us about your influences, man. What kind of what got you into playing music?
Well, right off the bat is I'm a proud member of the Kiss Army. Always will be. Those are my boys. Peter Criss is the reason why I play. And then it just progressed, man. You know, then hearing Maiden and Clive and Nico and the band themselves, obviously. I'm going to obviously include drummers, but these bands, or their bands, were also very important to me. And then it just stepped up to Lombardo, Slayer, and Charlie Benante, Anthrax, and Lars. You know, I just was, and Gene Hoglan when he was in Dark Angel. I'm just like, wow. And I know a lot of people have asked, how much did you practice to play fast? I didn't practice. I just heard it and wanted to do it. That's all it was. It was like, all right, I'm Angel of Death. I need another bass drum pop. Why? I can't do this like this. You know what I mean? Okay. You know, and of course I had that support, which helped a lot. And just throw on the Walkman and drowned it out, and just think I'm playing along with, and getting better and getting better. And then after that, it was when I moved from Queens to Long Island. You know, I'm out here with Suffocation, Pyrexia. You know, the list goes on, and good friends of ours, and being able to see these people, see Mike Smith play right in front of you. You know, how can it not be inspiring? And then getting to meet a lot of bands and actually talking to Pete Sandoval. I mean, and being like, wow. You know, watching him play everything with one foot. It just blew my mind. And then hearing other bands that just started coming around. Ripping Corpse, huge influence. Human Remains, I wish they would get back together and do an album. Geez, the list goes on and on, man. I mean, we could go all day, you know?
Hell yeah. I got some questions for you from the chat room, man. Let's see here. Vicky Grandy wants to know, have you played in Canada, or are you going to?
No, we haven't, but we would love to. I'd love to come down and see my brother Luke from Gorguts and play for all you guys in Canada. That would be amazing. We're actually, it's something that probably will be in the near future. You know, it's something we like to do. We want to get everywhere for this album and really just crush it for you live.
Fuck yeah, man. Another question from the chat. Thunderous wants to know, any band in the world that you could play with live, and who would it be and why?
Oh man. Let's see. See, that's hard because I love so many different styles of music, man. I mean, the obvious would be everybody who knows me would say, man, I love to throw on the makeup and just climb up on the riser and just do one Kiss show. Just one time in my life, almost be set on fire behind the drums, you know? But as far as, let's see, man, I would love to play in Slayer, you know? I would. Just to play those songs, all those classic songs, and that would be amazing.
What do you think's going to happen after Slayer stops touring? Do you think, because I've heard Kerry King's wife on social media has said, like, telling people, you know, don't worry, Kerry King's still going to be playing music.
Yeah, I without a doubt, there's no way Kerry King is going to work somewhere or something, everybody. He's going to churn out some songs. I think right off the bat, my personal opinion is I've heard them say they have a bunch of music still. They got like 7 songs from the Repentless sessions. I see them finishing that up and putting something out, and probably with a DVD of this last tour and what have you. But as far as Kerry, I see him playing with Paul. They seem to get along. They have a good playing relationship. And, I mean, come on, it's Kerry King. If Kerry King can't find a guitarist and a bass player and a singer, then music is in a terrible shape. We got major problems, everybody. You know?
I know they've got Phil Anselmo and the Illegals opening up for this last leg. And I was wondering, you know, about that. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I know that they're good friends and they've jammed a lot. I wonder if they would do something together, man.
Let me tell you, it's funny you bring up Phil. We watched a live stream, and, you know, everybody knows, you know, Phil's had his issues, and, you know, and I'm glad that, you know, he's got himself in order. You know, he's better that way, I believe. Man, seeing how interactive he was with the fans and the whole crowd and getting him going, it was very old school early Pantera days,
yeah.
You know? And the band he has is amazing. So I could definitely see, and they're great friends, you know, so I could definitely see them doing something. I mean, even your name brethren, we could get some Zach in there too, you know? I could see them all doing something insane, you know? If they need a drummer, you know, I'm always available. Kerry, hit me up, man.
There you go, man. There you go, dude. Another question from the chat. Mob wants to know, do you have any new favorite bands?
Oh, yeah. Right off the bat, they're not brand new, but a band that I'm hooked on is Hideous Divinity. And they dropped a new song today. This unbelievable band from Italy, from Rome. I love that band. Let's see. Oh, goodness, so many. You really put me on the spot. You know, another band that a lot of people listen to, another one from Italy, is Neo T. Marti. Unbelievable band. Just they're out of their minds. Yeah. Oh, man, that's a really good question. Brain fart right there. So many good bands. Listening to so much stuff, man. I mean, but I'm sure everybody else is too. I'm hooked on the old stuff. I mean, for instance, I saw you writing about vinyl. Man, I was searching the net and I saw Baphomet, the Dead Shall Inherit on vinyl. And I was like, I'm buying this. I can't believe I just saw this. You know, so a lot of older stuff too. But newer bands, there's so many that are good out there, man, that are cruising.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, Dirigery is another one from Texas. There's so many great bands. I love it personally. I don't look at it as it's saturated or flooded. The more music, the better. Bring it on, you know?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, totally, dude. I agree with you on that for sure, man, because, well, fuck, being in this radio shit, man, I get emails every single day of fucking just tons of fucking shit, man, and there's always something new that fucking just, you know, I hear it, I listen to it, and I'm like, fuck yeah, man, what the fuck is this?
Right, where'd they come from?
Yeah.
You know, you're like, whoa, where'd they come from? I love it, you know? I mean, it's just, but it's also good. I listen to X-Order. Love it.
Oh, my God.
Unbelievable, man. I mean, come on, man. The new X-Order, new Nile. It's a great time, man. It's a great time for music. Hope everybody's ready. Next couple of months, Go out there and support all the bands. Listen to the radio stations. I mean, you guys are just as important as we are, without a doubt. You know?
Hell yeah, man. Thank you, dude.
You're welcome, brother. That's the truth, man.
Another question from the chat. Paula Campbell wants to know, what's your favorite place to play in New York City?
Ooh. Gramercy Theater. Love it. Great crowds, great shows, great venue, amazing staff. Everything about it has been top-notch every time. Let's see. I mean, we had a chance to play CBGB's. That was fucking insane. And I'll never forget, we went to the dressing room, and I'm looking back there, and all the autographs of all the people. And the guy comes in, he goes, "You sign your name on the wall. Just don't cover everybody's fucking name." You know, and I'm just like, yeah, all right, man, no problem. No stickers. You know, all right, no problem, man. And then you look at the wall and you go, well, where the fuck am I supposed to write, man? You know, the whole walls are covered. And then, you know, I'm sure everybody knows about the place. And then you get in there, it's very dingy. It's just like this little place and very, I would say, you know, wrongfully cozy, you know? And you're like, oh, how's this going to sound? One of the most insane sound systems I ever played with, you know, on a stage. I couldn't believe it. But as of right now, I love Gramercy Theater. Excellent place.
Nice.
Good questions, everybody. Definitely.
Another question, Vicky wants to know, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened at a show?
Craziest thing that's ever happened in a show. Believe it or not, it was actually at CBGB's where they set up tables for some reason. I don't think they knew, or they just slept on it, what band was playing, and a lot of people came, and man, it was just like that Woodstock shit with people on, they were on the tables and slamming and flipping off the tables. It was, you know, I'm seeing this behind the drums. You know, I was just like, yeah. And I love it. I love it. I love that stuff, man. I tell people, when I'm playing, man, I'm not the ham, I'm the whole pig. You know, I'm there to have fun, put on a show, make it exciting, and seeing everybody out there in the audience go berserk. We're just feeding off that. It's just a constant cycle of insanity.
Hell yeah, dude. Another question from the chat. Lady Cat Chaos wants to know, or she wants me to ask you, how did you deal with when your recording program crashed, and how did you retrieve it?
Wow. That was one of the most insane things. Put it this way, the fact that I was able to deal with this and correct it, it's just like, I'll take on anything, man. It's unbelievable. I came home, we had the program running, was doing some mixing. I mean, we were right there near the end. This was a couple of months ago, actually. And there was a power outage. And I said, oh, okay, you know. What the hell is this? And I turned it back on, and it said that when I opened the program, 2 of the songs were corrupted and they were gone. And I was just like, I mean, it got to the point where it was like a 12-hour thing, because I'm not an IT tech or anything like that. I'm just a schmuck who plays drums and records his band with his computer, you know, as best as he can. And I remembered, after sitting around and saying, all right, you got to think rationally here, because I started to panic. I'm not going to lie, because to anybody, I mean, it's like this, you did this great, Picasso realized that he painted with disappearing ink, you know? It's like, holy shit, man, it's gone. But I said to myself, there had to be a backup. I know I did. I had a feeling, where is this? And I was able to retrieve the other 2 songs, and I had to go back, and I had a lot of notes. I keep a journal of all my moves and everything, because I just didn't want to trust the computer. I went old school. I like to write everything in a book and say, oh, it's at this level and that level. And being able to do that and having those notes let me go right back into what I saved and just correct it. And then I went outside. No joke. Yeah, I went out there. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I went, woo, yeah, that was fun. But I did it. You know, so yay me.
Smart move right there, brother.
Oh man, I was shit my pants, I'm not gonna lie.
Lady Cat also wants to know, are you gonna go to Hobbs Fest?
Yes. Anybody who's around the Long Island area, September 21st, Hobbs Fest. If you've seen the videos and everything, if you ever get a chance, come on down. Because everybody who knows Hobbs, you know, everybody in Suffolk, great dudes. Hobbs is my brother. Rexy is playing. Man, there's a bunch of bands playing. We were asked to play, but as I said earlier, Sammy moved to Florida. We're looking for new people. And but we do this thing where we can improv. So Doug says to me, come on, man, let's just improv for like a half hour. Maybe Hobbs will jump up. So anything could happen that night. We don't know what's going to happen. So it's going to be a fun night, definitely. Oh, it's going to be amazing, man. Bunch of freaks.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Another question from the chat. Thunderous wants to know, what would you say to Kerry King if you met him?
Let's play Chemical Warfare into Ghost of War right now.
Fuck yeah.
Let's do it. Let's go. I just want to play that, you know, that whole... I just lay right into it. Let him have it. Be like, okay, dude's ready to go. You know?
That is such a killer track, too, man.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize that those songs are together. That's why I would do that. It's just an amazing thing. It just, the end of Chemical Warfare is the beginning of Ghost of War. And they just tie in, and I just play that whole thing. They did that a couple of years ago when they toured with, we saw them with King Diamond. And they were doing that. And I was just like, and I didn't look at the set list or nothing. You know, and I remember saying, they were like, we were talking on the way, and I was like, yeah, let them play Chemical Warfare into Ghost of War. Yeah, right, they ain't gonna do that. No way. Who would think that, you know? And they fucking did it. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Winner. Yeah. They can play whatever they want all night. I'm good to go.
Fuck yeah, man. So, you know what? I think I asked you last time you were on if you guys about a live album or a covers album or something. I believe I remember us talking about that. Yeah,
we do on our. If now you can go on. I should have mentioned this. Now you could stream, download Dave Doom everywhere. We're finally all over the place. Any platform you use to listen to music, we're on it. And we do have a live album. It's called Live Insanity, and it's just us letting loose, man. It's the three of us knocking it out, man, playing. And we're thinking about doing something for the 20th anniversary. We do have a bunch of covers that we did. We did we did Flattening of Emotions from Death. You know, I want to bring this up too. We're planning on in the future to release a song during some kind of anniversary for Chuck, and we'll like to put some of the proceeds and send it to St. Jude's for children's cancer research. Because we all love Chuck, man, and miss Chuck so much, and anything we could do to try to help would be greatly appreciated, and send it in his name. And then we have Hit the Lights. We got Phantom of the Opera from Iron Maiden. We got Creatures of the Night. I'm trying to think, man. We took a bunch of them. And then we have a bunch of demos of stuff that we've had. And from what I understand, some early stuff of us when we were jamming before Day of Doom. Because Sam, Doug, and I have been jamming. Let's see, if Day of Doom is 20 years, 27 years. We've known each other for so many years, and we played in a couple. We were in Butchery and Sanguinary Carnage. Some people may know Butchery. We had a female singer, and it was just so much great stuff. Doug actually came up with a title that I'm just like, we got to use it. It's Experiments in Doominology.
That's fucking badass, man.
Yeah, man. So definitely, that's something that's in the future, especially having our own label, Three Demons Records. It enables, and being able to record, and I could do all the stuff with the engineering and whatnot and programs. We can get all this stuff out. Like I said, we don't want to keep it secret. We want to get as much out there to everybody, to the point where you're just like, all right, we want more. We want more. No problem. We got it. We're going to put it out there. It's not going to do us any good, man, when I'm in the obituary. So let's enjoy it all together now and have a fucking sick time.
You know what? I do remember us talking last time about a covers album. We were talking about a Kiss cover.
Oh, you want to know something? I think I fucked up, man. I think you and I did speak before Doug. Man, I'm fucked. All right, we don't know what the fuck we're doing, do we? No, but You're right. Yeah. We did Creatures of the Night, and oh man, and we were going to record a few other songs too, but we were kind of pressed for time. I actually wanted to record a Ripping Corpse song, do some drum tracks for that, and Human Remains. And then we were going to do a Suffolk song, and since we're friends with Doug Cerrito as well, we thought it would be sick to have Cerrito and Hobbs trading off and doing the solos on our Suffolk cover. You know, it would be fucking weird, but, you know, it didn't happen, but it may in the future. You never know, man. Hobbs is always saying to me, Irving, I'm ready to throw something down. So I told Hobbs, next album, he's in. He's doing it. And that's the other thing. The next album, I think we're going to, because it's not a concept. It's just going to be straight up individual songs and no concept, no nothing. Just, and plus that allows, because I write all the lyrics, Dougie's going to start writing some lyrics, and hopefully whoever we incorporate into the band will start writing some lyrics too, and it will allow me to write in a different theme. Something a little more thought-provoking, or, you know, like I was telling Lady Cat Chaos, she was like, oh, what is some... I'm like, you know, a lot of the songs are about the killer. You know, but what about the victim? You know, like, what are they thinking as this is happening to them? You know, so I was just like, yeah, that could be fucking weird, you know, things like that. So looking forward to something a little on the odd side. But, yeah, we have some weird covers, man. You know, I was like, Phantom of the Opera is one that I want to get done.
Fuck yeah, man.
So come on, Dougie. Dougie's one of the biggest Maiden fans in the world, and I keep itching him. I'm like, come on, man, let's do this. I got it. It's sitting here, you know.
And you were talking about your own fucking record label, man. How did you guys do that? And fucking.
All right. Well, it all started when we were on Labadome. Nothing wrong with Jan. Great guy. Everybody should check out Labadome. It's just the way things are today. I mean, we brought up Slayer. I don't even know why Slayer signed a record deal. They should have just started, I don't know, Blood Red Records, you know, and they would have did okay in today's day and age, like Metallica does with Black Hand. But I think it has to do with probably them not owning their music. And that's where it was different for us. We own our music. We own the rights to all of it. So once that was settled, it was just like, man, let's just do it. Let's go for it. You know, we're doing all this stuff anyway. And with the promotions of Lady Cat Chaos and Casperia Promotional Management, I mean, it was a no-brainer. She's a promoting machine. Bill Eckhoff with Doom Entertainment does our booking, and Assist Cat helps her a lot with the promotions and promoting. That was it. We're just a whole team. You know, everybody is involved, and it's not just me doing it. Everybody does their own little part. Everybody's involved, and everybody loves it, man. You know, that's what it really is. You know, associating with good people goes a long way. It really does.
Yeah, I know it can definitely be a thing if you don't own your own fucking, if you don't own the rights to your own shit. Because I was, matter of fact, I was reading an interview, I don't know, it was about a year or two ago, with Obituary was talking about the fact that Roadrunner still owns pretty much all their early albums, and they can't re-release them, you know, and they want to be able to re-release them on vinyl and, you know, put out like special editions and stuff like that, but they can't do anything with it because fucking Roadrunner still owns it, and they won't let them.
I know, excuse me, I'm sorry. I know for a fact the deal that all those bands that we love, from Deicide, Suffocation, Sepultura, probably Sadist is in that, or all those bands, Obituary, man, the deal that they got hammered with for that, I think that they own that music for like 99 years, bro. I'm not even joking you. That's from something that I heard that there's, and I don't understand it. I don't understand why they won't relinquish it and let it be out there. Like I said, it's like, well, what are you holding on to, man? You want it, I want it, we all want it. It's like, but during the line here, a few things have sneaked out. I don't remember the record label. I have Effigy re-released, and Pierced, and the Gorguts early albums on Roadrunner, but I'm like, what are they doing? Are they licensing it out little bits here and there? But the bands themselves, they're probably never going to see that, ever. I mean, it's the same reason why Suffocation has been re-recording all the songs for Breeding Spawn. You know, so they could have another version of it that's re-recorded and sounds sick. But they could definitely put out some bonus thing. And dude, I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
I cannot understand it. But they were young. You know, we can't fault them. You know, they were young. They were hungry. They wanted to get, we'll send you on the road. We'll send you to Europe. Fuck yeah, let's go. You know, that was the times. And then slowly but surely, people started getting older, and they started going, do we own any of this shit, man? And then their lawyers look at contracts, and they're like, man, you don't own this music. You're going to be long dead before these people will be all dead. And that's it, you know. It's just the way people got caught up in the music business. It sucks, and I feel very lucky that that hasn't happened to us. You know, everything that we'll do from here on out will be like a licensing thing, you know, because the fact is it's ours. And that's what I feel for every musician. It bothers me that these guys put in all this work, and it's just sitting there somewhere. Like, screw it. You know, it's like, all right, man, if that's the way you feel, but a lot of us don't feel that way.
I did see that Deicide, the Hoffman brothers, got the rights to re-release the early Deicide albums, and they're going to re-release all that stuff on vinyl and have all the bonus shit and stuff like that with it pretty soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, that's awesome, man. That's cool. I would love to hear that early stuff, man.
I can't remember what label they're gonna be re-releasing it on now, but yeah, man, fucking that's gonna be bad fucking ass. But like, that stuff's cool. Like, I love that kind of shit, man. You know, like all those bands that I grew up listening to, I love it when they come out with new fucking editions, especially when they have, you know, added stuff to it that I didn't hear before, you know, and new artwork and stuff like that, you know.
Oh, dude, especially now they can get back to the bands and get some really great liner notes. You get some more insight to the recording, cool things that went down. I mean, people who showed up at the studio, things like that. I mean, man, they could add, they can even throw a DVD in. They can make it a digipack if they wanted to do that and throw something in there. You get all I don't know. I feel like if they're in the business of making money, they're not doing a good job at it. Because I truly believe, like you're saying, there's tons of us that want stuff like that, and they're willing to pay for it. And it's just sitting there dormant, doing nothing.
Like, one of my favorite features in Decibel Magazine is they do, every month, they do a Hall of Fame thing where they go back and they find an album where all the members are still alive, that they can interview them about the album, and they go in depth about, like, just all the different things that went into making that album. And that shit's fucking cool, man. To, like, nerds like me that like reading that shit and like finding out about stuff like that, we love that shit, man, you know?
Oh, dude, that is a great feature in there, without a doubt. I remember Suppo was in there with Epitaph, if I remember correctly. And it was a great read, you know? And I remember even all the guys, you know, talking about the album. And, yeah, I love it, man. I want to see more stuff like that. But, you know, they're sitting on the stuff, which is a bummer. So maybe we go all contact them and say, listen, we want reissues of all these albums. Let's make it happen. You know?
Oh, yeah, man.
Hello?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, I'm here.
Sorry.
I was just thinking about it. Yeah, man, fucking, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's a definitely a fucking, it's a crazy thing, man. It's crazy that those people just own your shit and they just sit there on it and don't fucking want to do nothing with it, you know?
It makes absolutely zero sense. Like I said, if you're going to talk about it in a business sense, what is the point of having this stuff sitting around and doing nothing with it?
I mean,
you know, if
Obituary,
the band wants to put it out, if they wrote the shit,
yeah,
let them, you know, I mean, I don't know.
Like Obituary.
You mind-boggled me, Zach. You mind-boggled me, man.
Like Obituary, man. They're on fucking Relapse Records right now, you know, and I've got quite a few vinyls from fucking Relapse, and they put out a really good fucking package, man. And I can only imagine what it would be like if they had the rights or whatever they needed to do to fucking re-release all those early records, man. It would be cool.
Right, like like they did with the Death stuff, with the rehearsal tapes and the liner notes where everybody wrote a little bit about Chuck. And then, can you imagine those albums on picture disc as well?
Yeah.
All that damn Seagrave artwork. I mean, Beneath the Remains.
And you get, I'm like, and you get like 2 or 3 extra discs worth of music too. You know.
Absolutely, man. I mean, they took this. What they take? It was God of Thunder. Was on at that store. They put that right on the vinyl for Human. I'm just like, this is sick. Yeah, I don't know. I bought it. So you got it. You know, we all got it. I don't know what they're thinking. I wonder if sometime in the future that they're just going to say to themselves, what are we doing with this stuff? All right, well, we can make something off it. All right, well, let's license it to somebody like, you know, a different label, and like Relapse or Nuclear Blast or something who's just going to be, or Century Media or Metal Blade, who's going to be like, yes, we'll take it. We'll put it out. We'll make it sick. Because a lot of those people in those companies, they know what we love. And they're trying to do the right thing. There's nothing worse than some person in some office who has zero clue what the hell they're putting out. And they're just repackaging, re-putting, reselling. It's just like, come on. I mean, being a Kiss fan, I see it all the time. There's a point where I'm just like, dude, I ain't buying this best stuff again. What are you kidding me? No way, man. It's like, I want to be a completist, but at what extent? Where I'm just going to let somebody basically take it to me? No, you got to give me a little bit. Make it worth it, you know? It's so much material out there. I know it's there. Put it out. Let's make it happen.
And you know, at one time, Roadrunner was like the fucking shit, man. Like, I remember everybody that was badass at one time was on Roadrunner. Like, if you went to a record store and you turned the fucking record over and looked on the back and you seen the little RC symbol on the back, it was almost like, yeah, this is probably going to be bad fucking ass, dude. Even if I haven't heard this yet, it's,
right.
You know, it's, you know, fucking Deicide, Obituary, Malevolent Creation, fucking,
Yes. Give me my Blue Grape insert. Where's my Blue Grape insert? Oh, right here. What shirts am I ordering? All right, I'm going to check this off. I need a money order, Ma. I need a money order. You know, it's like you're ordering crazy shit. It's from Blue Grape. Meanwhile, Blue Grape was a closet.
Yeah, I remember.
Roadrunner offices in the city. It's Blue Grape right in there. Cause I remember when, like I said, you know, I was good friends with Cerrito's brother, so we would hear all this stuff, and he'd get advances, and, you know, he's like, oh, you know, check out, here's Human from Death, and it's just this blue cover where it's typed on there with a typewriter, you know, Death Human, you know. I'm like, this is sick, you know, and they would go there, hey, go in the closet, it's Blue Grape. I'm like, okay, but those were great times, man, and a lot, you know, I know a lot of Slipknot fans out there, man, if it wasn't for these death metal bands paving the road on Roadrunner, they wouldn't have had the funds to sign those bands. I think even, what was the other one, you know, that was on there? Nickelback, was Nickelback on there as well?
Yeah, Slipknot was on there, and then, you're right, Nickelback was on there, I think, man. Fucking, what the fuck,
I wonder how they had the money to pay for all their videos and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Those death metal bands, they paved the road for those bands to be able to do the things they do now. And that gets overlooked, man, and I know that for a fact. You know, because all those bands, Deicide, Obituary, Suffocation, Sadist, Malevolent Creation, Gorguts, the list goes on and on.
Typo Negative,
those bands, man. Typo, man, absolutely. Sepultura, you know? Come on, man.
Typo pissed him off, dude. I remember I was reading an interview about that, and apparently, whenever they were doing the Bloody Kisses album, Peter Steele and Typo, they were like, fuck that, we don't want nobody producing our record, we're going to do it ourselves. And the label was kind of pissed off about that, but for whatever reason, they let them do it, and then it got such a good fucking response, they were like, well, I guess, you know, and they were like, yeah, that's right, we know what we're doing, fucking leave us the fuck alone. So
and they also learned that because of what went on with Malevolent Creation, Suffocation, and Gorguts. I mean, they decided, I mean, and that was a telltale right there that we were younger and it was overlooked, but why not send them down to Florida? Everything was great in Morris Sound. Scott Burns knows what he's doing. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
No, we're going to send you to studios where guys don't even know how to get the source song. And it was like, oh, breathing Spawn, it sounds like shit. What is Suffocation doing? No, man, you're at a record label's, you know, at their control, basically. And they want to send you there. And, I mean, I know for a fact, man, you know, they weren't happy with that sound. They weren't happy with any of that. But if you listen to that album, it's still one of the sickest death metal albums ever.
Oh yeah, if you listen to the sound of those records recorded in Morrisound, man, that sound is unmistakable, man. The way that the double bass would come out and the fucking it would pump out of your speakers, man.
Yep, Scott Burns is a freak, man, a freak. I mean, he did Slowly Your Ride with 8 tracks. I mean, what the hell, man? You know, and he's a great guy. And I think they are dropping the ball, completely dropping the ball. I mean, Gorguts got the luckiest out of that whole deal. You know, Erosion of Sanity sounds pretty sick. But, I mean, Malevolent, if you talk to those guys, they wanted Stillborn to sound better, you know, and it would have happened in Florida. And that's the crazy thing is you know, they're in Florida already. Oh, we can't go there. It's getting trendy. What are you talking about, man? If it sounds sick, leave it alone. Yeah, you know, the band is happy, the producer. You're going to doubt fucking Scott Burns? Really? Okay. All right, what do we know?
Fucking crazy, man.
No doubt.
Right. Well, back to Day of Doom, man. So you guys got the next album already mapped out, you're saying?
Oh, dude, yeah. When I went in to do the drums, because we were prepared, I did like 20 drum tracks. So there's a bunch left for the next album, and it's just going to be taking a little time after this. It's not going to be in the future. It may be a year down the road, but, you know, there's a couple of things we're going to get ready, and the main thing is we're trying to find new blood, man. You know, we want to get out there. We want to play. We want to play these songs. We want to play the older songs. I've been behind the mixing, you know, the controls here, doing the recording, producing, and engineering. I'm ready to hit some drums, man. I'm ready to play in front of some people and get that energy live. Because I'm sure, you know, it's a totally different animal, and I love it.
Fuck yeah, so, yeah. We're ready to fucking hear it, dude. For sure, man.
Well, you know, yeah, man, as I said, October 31st, you know, everybody gets a treat. Why not? It's Hallows Doom, you know what I mean? We're going to drop it everywhere. You can go onto Bandcamp. Like I said, you can go right now, everybody. You can pre-order Day of Doom, no spaces, and the number 1. And when you order, you get the 2 songs. When you pre-order the CD, you get the 2 songs you're hearing tonight on the Zach Moonshine Show on Metal Devastation Radio, and then the day it's released, you get the whole album digitally. So for $10 plus shipping, and the shipping is different in the States and internationally, obviously, because, you know, I don't know what's going on with the shipping in the United States. It's insane. But you get the whole CD digitally. So you get the album physically, if it's a CD, and you get the digital. So you can move around with it, do whatever you do with it, you know. We also want to try to make things reasonable for everybody. I mean, we even put out our first 2 albums, Night of Horror and Slaves to Insanity, on 1 CD. You know, times are tough for people, so we want to try, like I said, not keep it a secret. We want to share with you. This is what it's about. You know, everybody enjoying it.
Any plans on releasing it on vinyl?
That would be an amazing goal right there. Because I'm a huge vinyl fan. I love vinyl. I collect. That's all I really collect. But the other one is also cassette tapes. I love the sound of cassettes, man. I even love the sound of 8-track, man. Something with that tape. It just sounds, especially on the drums, it just sounds so warm. It sounds so alive. You know, sometimes these digital files, man, they can just shrink the music down. And I actually have a layout for it already. Because I did the whole layout for the album as well. And I have a layout for vinyl. And I'm thinking about doing a test. But if anybody knows any places out there that will do some kind of short run, I've been looking, man. Sometimes it's insane. You know, what we call, like I was saying, to charge people. We want to be able to charge people a fair price and not feel like, oh, I got to charge you, $35 plus shipping for a, for eight songs.
I saw that Bandcamp is they're fixing to fucking release something, or they've already started doing it, but they're about to like make a whole new thing where you can actually have fans pre-order the vinyl through Bandcamp, and then if you reach whatever goal that you have to meet to make it, they'll fucking print it and press them and send them out. So
all right, they are decided. I did get an email about that. So see that,
yeah.
I'm glad we're talking, bro, because that's something. Because I did get a message about that.
Yeah, it's real.
And then it was a little while ago, right? And then it was nothing. It was just dormant. And now, all right, so I'm going to look into that. Yeah, because I have layouts for everything. I mean, I have this ready to go on picture disc, a gatefold, posters. I mean, I'm a child of the Kiss Army. Well, I gotta have this album cover as a poster. You gotta put that in there.
Oh,
that's a no-brainer.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean, bro? I just got it today, man. I got off Amazon the reissue of Kiss Unmasked, and I cut it open, and there's a giant poster in there. And I'm just like, I got the vinyl in my hand, but I'm staring at the poster. I'm like, this is sick. So we come from that school. We want to put all those things in there, stickers and posters. Doug was saying like cards, like trading cards he wants to do with artwork. And I was just like, let's do it, man. So, yeah, there's so much stuff we want to do. But it's a matter of, do you guys want it? Does everybody want it? Because, doing this ourselves to go and do it, we want to make sure that everybody really wants it. That's the best way to put it.
I think it would be badass to have this album on fucking vinyl, dude, because that album art, it needs to be seen in a big fucking picture, you know what I mean?
I hear you, man. I think about it like, we still do it now. Some people, let's say the old days, but I'll have the artwork in my hand as I'm listening to a vinyl. And I'm looking at the artwork, and I'm checking it out, turning it over, I'm reading the lyrics, and it's just, that's it, man. You're talking me into it, dude. You're talking me into it. We really love it. Doug is a huge vinyl collector as well. And he says it to me periodically. It was the statues and the action figure he brought up too. And then he said, man, we got to do vinyl, man. We got to do vinyl. And I'm looking at places, and some of it was insane. It was like 100 of them for like $2,300 because we could easily do some bullshit sleeve, but I mean, it's got to be a gatefold with the other picture we have that we got from the Rotted Artist, and have that in there with all the lyrics and like stickers, and maybe like an old school, like an iron-on or a patch in there. We love to do it.
See, that's why it's cool that Bandcamp's doing that, because that way there's no actual, you don't have to pay anything up front. Like, it's just, you see, like, if your fans can fucking, they want to fucking pre-order it, donate into it, and make it happen, they'll make it happen,
All right, so I'm going to look into that. I'm probably going to look into that tonight. And if that's something everybody's interested in, please, go on there and let's make it happen together. Because I would love to see it myself, man. I really would.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm about out of questions for you, brother. Is there anything else you want to add to let the people know?
All right, I just want to say thank you to you, my brother, and everybody involved in Metal Devastation. You guys always rule. You've always been very supportive. Everybody in the chat room, you guys holding it down, keeping the scene alive. We appreciate that more than you know. As far as contact goes, man, you can find us on Facebook. That's easy. Jump into live videos, ask questions. Let's hang out. Let's make it happen. Bandcamp is Day of Doom, no spaces, and the number 1. And you can pre-order the new album now, as I said, Epitaph of the Darklord. You get the 2 tracks to stream and download, and you get the whole album digitally October 31st. Let's see what else. YouTube. Find us on YouTube, Day of Doom Band, or DoomTube. Boy, that was pretty easy, right? DoomTube. And then Three Demons Records, Facebook. You can also, for promotions and interviews or anything like that, or if you just want to, know a little bit about the band or something, you can contact Casteria Promotional Management. It's Lady Cat Chaos, or Doom Entertainment. Bill Eckhoff. You can send him a message, and man, I can't wait for everybody to hear this, man. I really can't. It came out amazing, and thanks, man. I really do appreciate it more than you know. And everybody involved with Day of Doom.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, before I let you go, I gotta get you to make us another station tag, alright?
You got it, man.
Alright, man. Whenever you're ready, say something like this is Day of Doom, and you're listening to Metal Devastation fucking radio.
This is Day of Doom. Pick up your phone. Go to your computer. Crank the fucking thing up right now. You're listening to the Zach Moonshine Show on Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking perfect, man.
Thank you, brother.
Alright, well, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna blast some more Day of Doom for these motherfuckers so they can go fucking absolutely fucking nuclear, alright?
That's it. Turn it up, everybody. As he was saying, have all your neighbors move out by the end of the night. Let's go. Crank it up.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
That's right, brother. Thank you so much. You rule, brother.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Later, everybody.
There you have it, folks. Day of Doom live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio, man. Like he said, and like I said earlier, put your speakers in your fucking windows, put them in your front lawns, put them wherever the fuck you can. Make your neighbors fucking hear this shit, man. If you don't fucking see U-Haul trucks everywhere tomorrow, you need fucking louder fucking stereo systems, man. Period. Crank it up.
But in the